again, this was in our Netrunner News episode 1 that we just filmed for May 16th. But basically, Elon Musk wants OpenAI to go back to their open roots and be a charity again and not be for profit, and is seeking $180 million in damages that he wants restituted back to OpenAI's charity, which is very weird. So basically, this is a pissing match between people with billions of dollars and a lot of lawyers. So, yeah.
Yesterday, in a federal courthouse in Oakland, the trial of the century, Musk versus
Oh, I want to look at that picture.
Altman, began its closing arguments. And so far, this trial has felt like a Silicon Valley episode written by someone on bath salts. The richest and sexiest man alive, Elon Musk, is currently suing a poor gay man, Sam Altman, and his friends at OpenAI and Microsoft for $134 billion.
Oh, $134 billion.
An open source charity and turned it into a closed source money printer, while Altman says he owns no OpenAI equity.
I thought it was
and is
million.
just doing this because he loves it.
I'm doing this because I love it.
The supporting cast includes Greg Brockman, who somehow owns $30 billion of the thing Sam doesn't own, Ilya Sutskever, the vibes-based AI safety priest, Mira
Did you guys see that guy's hairline? Hold up.
of the thing Sam doesn't own, Ilya Sutskever, the
Brother, just shave it, man. It ain't worth it. This ain't worth it. Just shave it.
vibes-based AI safety priest, Mira Murati.
He'd look so
Sam's
much
Bruce,
better
and
bald.
Sadia Nutella, the only adult in the room.
Nutella?
And every single one of them has their text, emails, and private diary entries entered into evidence. In today's video, we'll break down all the absurdities discovered
Directionally very bad is so funny.
throughout this lawsuit and find out who's going to win, probably. It is May 15th, 2026, and you're watching The Code Report. The Musk versus Altman lawsuit was filed 2 years ago in 2024, but the drama goes back over a decade. In 2015,
Someone's talking about
Elon,
Overwatch?
Sam, Greg Brockman, and Ilya Sutskever founded OpenAI as a non-profit to save humanity from evil. Elon donated $38 million, then tried to take it over, lost, rage quit the board in 2018, and started XAI.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, OpenAI pulled this trick where they bolted a for-profit subsidiary onto the nonprofit. It cashed a $13 billion check from Microsoft and is now approaching a valuation of nearly $1 trillion. In 2024, Musk couldn't take it anymore.
Super inflated valuation, by the way.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more.
800 something billion in valuation, hasn't barely even turned a profit of like a couple million. Okay, bro.
His claim is that Altman and Brockman stole a charity, breached a charitable trust, and Microsoft aided and abetted them. What he wants in return is a disgorgement of up to $134 billion.
It is
Plus,
billion.
they need to unwind the for-profit conversion and remove.
I thought it was
Altman and
million.
Brockman. But now here's the fun part: this trial's discovery. Has
I think it
basically
is
been a
million.
giant-
I think Fireship. Hold on. How much does Musk want from OpenAI? Recent trial. It is billion. Holy shit! I thought it was million.
group chat leak between all these executives. In Exhibit A, we have emails between Sam and Elon, where we find out that OpenAI was almost called something entirely different. Elon wanted to call it Freethink, as Sam wanted to call it Axon, but in hindsight, the best name for it would have been Closed AI. In Exhibit B from 2017, OpenAI's tech had just beat the best humans on Earth at Dota 2.
Oh,
Elon got
yeah.
a huge boner and emailed the team that it's time to take the next step for OpenAI, which translated into converting it from non-profit to for-profit. With Elon as
That's
CEO
from
and
Elon
as the
Musk.
majority shareholder.
He's like,
But
yeah,
the
this is a
craziest
great idea,
part
we
is
should
the
do
main
this.
Location, the quote, the haunted mansion I just bought near San Francisco. According to Brockman's testimony under oath, the house was still littered with confetti and red solo cups from a party the night before, and Amber Heard was there serving whiskey. And just a few weeks
What a
earlier,
surprise.
Elon had gifted each co-founder a brand new Tesla Model 3, but all this buttering up didn't work, and eventually the other co-founders proposed equal equity. Ilya
Why a Model
Sutskever had
3?
even commissioned a painting of a Tesla to give to Musk as a peace offering, but according to Brockman, their proposal made Elon furious. He, quote, stood up and stormed around the table. I thought he was going to hit me. He grabbed the painting and started to storm out of the room. And then
He
he
took
turned
the
around and
painting,
said,
though.
When will you be departing from
He took the
OpenAI?
painting.
6 months later, he would stop making donations and leave the OpenAI board. Now, in the years that followed, between 2019 and 2021, Microsoft entered with a $1 billion investment, even though CEO Nadella was pretty skeptical of the actual value of this investment. Eventually, he would double down, though, and in 2022 said he'd he didn't want Microsoft to
Satya
become the next
Nutella, that
IBM,
was very
while
funny.
OpenAI
I'm gonna start
became the
calling
next
him that.
Microsoft. But then around this time, we get another crazy character popping up.
Also, those who don't know, Satya Nadella is the current CEO of Microsoft. Somebody very recently, I won't say who, somebody very recently asked me if Bill Gates still was running Microsoft and that he's the problem, and I was like, no, that's that's not the case. Bill Gates is long retired and is like focusing on like curing diseases and whatever he caught on Epstein Island, man.
Siobhan Zillis. She's the mother of 4 of Elon's 14 children and used to be on the OpenAI board and kept Elon up to date on what was going on there, which became a big conflict of interest when he launched XAI. But this next exhibit is perhaps the most complex and retarded. In November 2023, Sam Altman was fired from OpenAI for 4 days before a pattern of behavior related to his honesty and candor. Ilya wrote a memo accusing him of a consistent pattern of lying and pitting his execs against each other.
I wouldn't trust a single thing from the dude with that haircut. I couldn't trust a single goddamn word this guy would say to me, dude.
Memo accusing him of a consistent pattern of
lying with that fuck ass haircut, man.
Against each other. Meanwhile, Mira Murati snaked him from the inside. At the height of the chaos, Altman texted Mira, "Can you indicate directionally good or bad?" Her reply is now immortal. Directionally, very bad. Altman was fired, and Mira took his place temporarily, but Sam Altman was then reinstated a few days later, after receiving a ton of support from OpenAI employees and other powerful people. Satya Nadella, watching $13 billion of Microsoft's money swing in the wind, described the entire situation as, quote, sort of amateur city as far as I'm concerned. And that brings us to yesterday, the closing arguments of the trial. Elon
yesterday,
wasn't there
3 days ago.
He was on Air Force One flying
That's
to Beijing
true.
with Trump, but his lawyer focused on Altman's lack of trustworthiness and how he's been able to enrich himself through various deals in other companies he owns that are connected to OpenAI. But on the flip side, OpenAI's
yeah, I'm sure Elon wants this fucking picture scrubbed from the internet, bro.
Lawyers claimed Elon is a guy who never cared about the nonprofit structure and only cared about winning. And he seems to have...
I mean, we saw the email earlier where he even suggested it's time to move into a C Corp.
Selective amnesia about his past dealings with the OpenAI founders. Basically, both sides are terrible, but who's actually going to win? The Polymarket is giving Elon a 32% chance of winning, but I think it's even lower than that.
Polymarket.
The jury in this case is advisory, so that means it ultimately comes down to this judge, Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers. And I can tell just by looking at her that she's not going to like Elon. Her husband worked for the Obama administration, so this was over before it even started. But even if Hulk Hogan was the judge, Elon's case is still pretty weak. What they've done to OpenAI is messed up, but here's the problem. Elon himself tried to make OpenAI for profit back in 2017. There was also never a hard contract that OpenAI would stay non-profit forever. And even worse, he admitted under oath that XAI and Grok distill OpenAI models. And that makes this whole lawsuit feel like it's trying to cripple a competitor as opposed to rescuing a charity.
That's 100% what it looks like.
One thing you need to know about is Kernel, the sponsor of today's video.
So, before we get into the sponsor to watch and support of Fireship, yeah, this entire thing is it's to try to shake down OpenAI because this year, and I don't know how many people follow a lot of Financial Times or market, like Market Watch, things like that. But basically, SpaceX is planning to IPO this year. OpenAI wanted to IPO this year, and I want to say like 2 other really big companies wanted to IPO this year. And if you don't know what that means, IPO is basically when a company goes public and you can start buying shares in the company. It's really good for the companies because they get a massive influx of money. Basically, they say, okay, we have 100,000 shares. Each share is going to be worth $1,000 basically. And then we're just going to dump 49% of them to the public and people can buy them at $1,000 and then trade amongst themselves however much they want, whatever they think they're valued at. And then it's a massive influx of cash. But OpenAI was going to be a massive IPO, like probably one of the biggest in history, and so is SpaceX, especially after acquiring X, aka Twitter, aka XAI, all at once last year. So, yeah, it looks like Musk is just trying to cause a shitstorm before the IPO, so there's still people in the market looking to get in on it, or so there isn't people to get in on the market, or so he can IPO sooner.
They provide open source infrastructure that lets your AI agent.
I really want OpenAI and SpaceX to IPO. Not because I want to have vested interest or holdings in them, but because it makes them have to follow a lot of regulations like Sarbanes-Oxley and things like that, where they actually have to report on everything and they have to get audited and they have to report findings and clean up a lot of their shit behind the scenes. So like they have to make sure they maintain good public trust, otherwise they get delisted. And they start revealing a lot more information. So it'd be a really good look into OpenAI.
Access the internet blazingly fast thanks to GPU acceleration. It's able to spin up sandbox Chromium browsers in the cloud in under 30 milliseconds, which is fast enough to unlock more advanced use cases for your agents, like interacting with WebGL-heavy websites and automating complex user workflows.
Yeah, I guess so.
The faster agents also means you'll use fewer tokens, and they cost a lot less money to run overall, since kernel only charges you when your browsers are actually doing work. It also comes with a replace feature.
I'm not really a big browser AI guy yet, though. I haven't messed with it a lot. I like Claude Code.
Infrastructure itself are open source, and over 3,000 teams, including Framer and Cash App, are using it in production.
The fact these people are moving that fucking quick. When you see massive companies, they're like, yeah, they're using this. They're putting their name publicly on using this application. Bro, no, they aren't. Maybe they're doing like a POC or a point of contact or a demo, basically, where they're spinning up in their environment, but there's no way that got through all their shit. Contract signed, legal approval, auditability, things like that. Like, there's no shot. There's no shot. Anyway, that was the OpenAI trial gave me brain damage by Fireship. Another really good video. He covered a lot of things I didn't cover since I was looking at more of the technical side for Netrunner News, but good video nonetheless.